Hello everyone, this is Demos and welcome to Raid Shadow Legends. I am still going to be doing videos on the character balancing, how I would go about that, and I will be doing a High Elves later today, but one of the things that's been irking me as of late isn't really the character balancing, it's the AI of Raid Shadow Legends. There are certain champions that have a beautiful AI. And then there are other champions that have a very clunky AI. And Raid has come out and said that they aren't really wanting to make any changes to the AI for the foreseeable future. There's other things they want to concentrate on. Now, Raid has hundreds of champions. I think they're close to like 300 now. Let's see, 170, 284, 288, 380, almost 400 actually. Close to 400, if not over 400. So going through each individual champion to mess with their AI, yeah, that's not going to happen. So I thought of a solution. The solution is allowing the players to assign a priority system. Okay, and what I mean by that, and I'm going to use Xayah as an example because she's my favorite legendary. She was my first legendary. I love her. But her AI on auto is very clunky. It's very weird. Okay, she is a brilliant poisoner champion. 3-hit A1, each hit has a chance to put poison. 2-hit A2, AoE, each hit has a chance to place poison. And then a poison nuke. Huge damage potential, especially against Dragon, especially against Fire Knight, especially against the different keeps, Minotaur. Spider and Ice Golem, she's not as good because at level 20, she's countered. She also has another interesting ability for if you have Bellinor, who is a Void High Elf, so pretty hard to get. He also has a partner ability with Xayah. But the thing is, that ability, if you have them in the same party, really isn't used that well. Okay? She will generally prioritize her A3. Even if the enemies don't have any poisons. Okay? She should be prioritizing her A2. This is a setup. This is a finisher. So her A2 should always be the priority. Catch is, except in clan boss, she is great for clan boss because she has a multi-hit A1 that places poison. So if you put her in a counter, that's 6 hits with a 40% chance each hit to place a poison. You're going to fill up the poison bar, no problems. But then if you have it on auto, she's going to come in and she's going to nuke all those poisons. Now you would think, what's the problem? She's going to deal all that damage at once. You're going to keep the debuff bar clear and you just keep on going through that. Apply some poisons, nuke. Apply poisons, nuke. Well, Plarium put a cap on how much damage this ability can do. And it's 90,000. And that's if you have 2 or more poison debuffs. If you have 1 poison debuff, it's 45,000. It's 5,000 less than each poison if you have 2 poisons or less. And then if you have more than 2 poisons, those poisons just didn't exist. Now, in Clan Boss, each poison ticks for 50,000 per turn. Just do the math. The amount of damage lost because of this one ability is staggering. Okay. Easy way to fix it. Put in a priority. Okay. You have you have a bunch of space right here where you can put in a little button that says priority. You click it, has a drop down, and you have 1, 2, 3, 4. If a champion, let's say, let's go to, where is he? Skullcrown, or Skullcrusher. He only has 2 active abilities. So he would only need a drop down of 1 and 2. Alright, and what you do, for like Xayah for instance, if I have her in Dragons, I want her A2 to be a priority. I want it to be priority 1. Because again, this is the setup. Her A3 is then going to be priority 2 because I want to detonate those poisons. Then I want her to go with her A1. If I have Bellinor on the team, depending on how I have speed set up, I can go in and I can assign a different priority. Okay, so she spreads 4 random debuffs to all enemies. Okay, so let's look at Bellinor real quick. Bellinor's A4 places 4 debuffs. So if I'm not worried too much about Xayah doing a nuke, I just want to spread decrease attack, speed, and accuracy to the entire enemy team, I set Xayah's A4 as priority 1. Then her A2 is priority 2, A3 priority 3, and then A1 priority 4. Fixed. Done. If I am going into dungeons with Xayah, done. Fixed. Clan boss. Set her A1 as priority 1. She will never use A2 or A3. She will always use A1 because A1 never goes on cooldown. So if I have that as priority 1, she's going to keep using it, keep using it. And there you go. AI is fixed. You can do this across the board. You don't have to go into each champion specifically, except to make the interface, to make the little button, to make the drop down, and then to assign each of those buttons to prioritize the skill. That's where the work comes in. That's tedious. The coding is very simple. Use X ability that has priority 1 assigned to it. There you go. I'm not that big on coding. I know the logic behind coding. I'm more on the artistic side when it comes to game design and whatnot. So, heck, Plarium, if you don't have anyone who can make the visual assets, I'll make them. You know, if we look at your art style already, bam. You know, look at this. Easy make. I'm not ragging on you at all, Plarium, but you already have most of it made. Just got to have, instead of upgrade, priority. One and done. You know, you click it, it'll do a drop down. You click whatever drop down you want, and you're done. So some other champions that this would work on is, let's say I passed her. So, Madame Cerise. For whatever reason, they changed it to where normally in Arena or on Auto, she would prioritize her Midnight Ritual. Decrease attack, decrease defense. And it removes all buffs on the enemies. Now she prioritizes tricks and treats. And the reason for it is, it puts a block debuffs. Generally, there are a few exceptions. Generally, the way the AI works in this game is it'll prioritize putting up buffs, block debuff, first. Then it will assign, or then it'll go to the next ability that applies debuffs. The major debuffs are stun, sleep, freeze, provoke. Secondary is poisons and HP burn. Okay? Then it goes into your regular attacks. However, in Arena, you're not really going to be going up against teams that immediately have a buff on them. Because I'm trying to steal a buff here. If it's stolen, I place a block debuffs. If they have no buffs on the team, it's a wasted ability. Whereas I want her to use Midnight Ritual. So priority 1, priority 2, priority 3. Okay. Another example, Arbiter. I personally don't know why she does this. If anyone does, please put in the comment below. But depending on who you're facing, if you put it on auto, she will either prioritize her Mentor of Heroes, which is what you want. You want her to use this ability first. Turn meter by 30, gives me an increased attack. And then if some of my allies are pretty low, it gives them a little heal. Her A4, which is again the ability that she will sometimes prioritize over Mentor of Heroes, gives me a 20% turn meter increase, revives all dead allies, and if anyone's revived, gets an extra turn. Well, if I don't have anyone dead, because this is the beginning of the round, the beginning of the actual match, and she uses this ability, it's a pretty long cooldown, even when booked. 5 turns. This ability is gone and done. So then she does that, I go through, I don't kill the entire enemy team, they come in, they kill my nuker. Well, I can't revive my nuker because this ability is already used. So that's my idea on how to fix the AI within Raid. If you guys have any kind of tweaks you want to make to it, or a different idea, put it in the comments below. Again, Plarium, it's not that hard. The coding, it takes a little tweaks, sure. Most of the work comes into creating the art assets and then assigning the art assets to coding. And like I said, you can have me do it. I would be more than happy to do that for you. You don't even have to pay me in cash. Just give me a bunch of silver, a bunch of energy, some shards, and we're good. Honestly. So with that, I'm going to end the video. I hope everyone has a great day. Catch you next time.